Now, we then did a little quiz to see if you can figure out what each of these things are. So I'll explain what we're actually looking for here. So using your knowledge on even and odd functions, cosine of negative 60, is that the same as? So what I've done here is I've replaced 60 with negative 60. So this becomes like that even and odd functions thing again. So first thing we're going to figure out for cosine, thinking about the graph, is that an even or an odd function? So that's an even function. So therefore that tells us for even functions the two values should be the same. So cosine of negative 60 should be the same as cosine of positive 60, and indeed it is. Question 2, for sine, once again, I've replaced positive 45 with negative 45. So sine, we have to think what type of function it is. That's an odd function. And for odd functions, we end up with the negative of what we started with. So instead of being sine 45, it's going to be negative sine of 45. Tangent, negative 210. Tangent, as we sort of discovered earlier, is an odd function. So with an odd function, we're going to have the negative of what we should have here. So this is going to be the same as negative tan 210. And indeed, that's correct. Now for the last 3 questions, I use the reciprocal functions. So for cotangent, we just have to think first of all, that pairs up with tan. Tan is an odd function, so we're going to have the negative of what we'd expect. So negative cotangent 23 is good. Our penultimate question, cosecant, that's the reciprocal of sine. Sine is an odd function, so for an odd function, we're going to have the negative of cosecant 38, which is indeed correct. And our last one, secant of negative 28. Secant's the reciprocal of cosine. Cosine is an even function, so we should end up with the same thing. So secant of negative 28 should equal secant 28, and indeed it does. So just one little check of how you can actually use these for calculating special values as well, particularly if you don't have a calculator. And we're going to be using that idea more if you continue into ACE 2 next year.